We're eating a sandwich. I love this shirt, by the way. It's one of my faves. I try not to have favorite things because I know the moment that they start becoming my favorite, I'm just going to wear them so much that they become obsolete, falling apart. I was going to do a video because I wanted to talk about certain things and say that I have experienced a lot of emotional draws and had random peaks of dopamine. I have ghosted certain people. I have been excited about the prospect of certain people. I have been upset with people. I've been around people I'm uncomfortable with. I have used money to purchase things. I have abstained from purchasing certain things that I don't need because technically I already have it. I showered. I did a lot of stuff today, actually. So I want to nap, but I really should keep going. I might nap and then keep going. I might nap and then not wake up until tomorrow and not be prepared for the day, just like I started off today. But today actually turned out pretty good after all. So, was it really that bad? Anyway, I was going to talk about experiencing when I first learned that I had borderline personality disorder. I had already done lots of research online and had basically self-diagnosed myself long before I got any official diagnosis because I did a lot of research. Now, when I do research, I don't do research inside of the customary ways that some people apparently do research, which is just typing it into Google, clicking on a couple of the websites and being like, yes, this source is obviously legit and totally knows what they're talking about. But at that same rate, what I didn't do was go down to the library, perhaps, and actually get books out about the subject matter. I used data that was online, that was accessible to very large groups of individuals. And one of the things that's important about me saying that is when I started to read the content associated with my diagnosis was when I really had a very big episodic break and kind of spiraled out of control with my emotional regulation and with a lot of other stuff because that's not the only issue that I have necessarily. I also have ADHD, which is why I usually lose track of what it is that I'm talking about and then have to start all over again. But getting back to that feeling that I felt when reading that material was kind of like reading online excerpts of your diary from when you were a teenager that you were pretty sure you had burned and were never going to see again. And being like, wait, why does that sound so familiar? Layers of realization. And so I went to therapy is another thing that I don't necessarily talk about as much. I was in therapy for many years with the same therapist. That's why I'm trying to find another therapist. I'm trying to build new teams because I stressed out a lot of people that I was very close to in the past with a lot of my emotional dysregulation. And I had a lot of really fantastic triggers and enablers around me. Quick moment to talk about the enablers. People with borderline personality disorder are like gold to people who are narcissists, because I can actually access the emotional charades of narcissism. It's actually in my symptom list to have narcissistic characteristics, because a narcissist is very confident in themselves. They understand what they are capable of, and they like to toot their own horn. Now, that also involves defaming other people who interact with them that are like, it's not that great. Like, calm down. You're cool, but you need to take a chill pill. That happens a lot with borderline personality disorder, where I have had my whole life interactions with random people who I did not know at all, meeting me and being like, you're just cool. We just walked up to you. We felt like we could trust you. You seem familiar. I've seen your face before. I don't feel afraid to be myself around you. But I used to. And that's why so many people were able to approach me. I was a real person. I was sad. I was moody. I was angry. Sometimes I would be overly confident. Regulation is navigating a ship through the kinds of emotions that we all have to deal with all of the time, because it is triggering to drive around with other people who aren't familiar with the area, who are lost, who don't know that the speed limit has just changed, or to ride in the passenger seat with somebody who is driving, who is commenting on all of that. To drive a van full of 6 to 7 young children who are fighting about something that you know is not at all important in the grand scale of the world. We are small, but we make big impacts with the way that we interact with every single person that we interact with. And it is very difficult for certain people to navigate that world, because, like me, people just feel comfortable telling me stories that aren't at all relevant to me. They're usually stories about messed up things that have happened that I completely get, because I have either seen it coming for myself and am trying to avoid it, saw it happen to somebody else. I didn't experience it or imagine it inside of my mind while I was overthinking a situation because I was freaking out about something else. I've spent a lot of time doing that. I'd like to spend a lot more time working on me instead of thinking of these scenarios with you. But that feels selfish, which is why I do these videos, which is why I talk about being lonely. I know that I have companionship. I know that I have many people who enjoy spending time with me. The moment I pick one of them, 4 more get angry at me. I'm gonna go unpack my car, maybe. Might do some dishes. Might take a nap. might rearrange the golden men here. They're kind of bronzy, they're not really golden, but I do enjoy them oh so much.